couple of weeks ago, we clearly settled below the 375.71 rising. This is roughly a 16-month channel top. It stems off this April 25 low. It did hold, obviously, back in, was this early April of this year. And there was a lot going on. I don't want to backtrack too much, but we closed below this structure. I've been mentioning for months that if we were to close below this channel bottom, which we obviously have, near-term objective would be the descending channel bottom, now at 298.62, which we've tested now essentially for the last couple of weeks. But ultimately, it does allow 227.66 by the end of the year as a 3 to 5 month possibility. And if we were to close this week below 291.81, that would be our next, I'm going to say by the end of September objective, 227.66. But until then, if we're talking near term, if we're talking a 3 to 5 week time frame, you can still bottom pick this 291.81 to 298.62 region, anticipating possible upward rotation into the 370s, where a sell opportunity would present not only if you've been long from the 290s, but also to play the short side perhaps through the rest of the year as we could fall away again from here back to the channel bottom within a month or two and all the way south into the 227.66 area within 3 to 5 months roughly. That is really the big picture in a nutshell. We are above the 290 support, this zone able to contain selling through August perhaps. And so you've got this kind of contradiction, right? You've got a long-term sell signal below 375.71 that anticipates 227.66 as a big picture objective over the next 3 to 5 months. But now that we've tested support near to midterm support in the upper 290s, there is this sort of room for the market to recover into the 350s, possibly into the 370s. And there's your 291.81 to 298.62 region represented by horizontal lines here. Upside, we've got 321.65. This is a former descending channel bottom. It is above, just above, the trend line on the weekly chart, 318.37. So this held last week's highs. We have it as a minor point only. We were calling it an intraday resistance all week long, and it held nicely. But we have now decided to opt for this descending channel bottom at 321.65. And so if we were to close above 318.37, but not above 321.65 on Monday, I would not see that as a reliable buy signal into later week. But I do think if we close today above both, obviously above 321.65, we have, this is a possible 3 to 5 day rally with a spike in volatility, but this could also spill into next week. So I'm going to call this a 1 to 2 week swing trade to the upside. Closing above 321.65. If you've not gone long yet, this is an opportunity to go long through the rest of the week. 353.12, I think, then in reach by the end of next week or sooner. Downside here, if we do close today below 291.81, it is 271 even that I would expect within the week. But overall, closing Friday below 291.81 does set up 227.66, I'm going to say by the end of September. Can contain selling through the rest of the year. This is the zone to begin scaling into a long position.
Start trading with a plan at wickedstocks.com.